Has Kim K ruined her body? It's changed so much over the years, it's hard to keep up. Kim Kardashian has made a career out of her body. Let's be real, she's built an empire off of curves that broke the internet. But now people are saying the very thing that made her famous is what's ruining her. And honestly, they may not be wrong. Let's back it up. Kim's body has changed a lot over the years, like a lot. From the early 2000s Paris Hilton era of skinny jeans and side bangs to her 2014 Paper Magazine break the internet phase to full-on hourglass goddess at the Met Gala. But if you've seen her lately, you've probably noticed something's off. Her signature curves, well, they're vanishing. Her waist snatched beyond human proportions. Her face somehow frozen and melting at the same time. So what's going on? Well, according to celebrity surgeons who definitely haven't treated her, but love to speculate, Kim may have reversed some of her most iconic enhancements. People think she's removed her BBL, dissolved her fillers, and gone full Ozempic core with the rest of Hollywood. That's right, skinny is back, and Kim may have sacrificed her brand just to keep up, which is wild because, let's not forget, Kim Kardashian practically invented the modern BBL aesthetic. She didn't just, ride the wave, she was the wave. Every Instagram model, influencer, and Kardashian adjacent that came after her took notes from Kim's blueprint. Well, and now she's erasing it. Gone are the insane hips, the cartoonish proportions, the waist-to-hip ratio that defied physics. Instead, we're getting super slim Kim, Met Gala corsets so tight she literally couldn't sit down, cheekbones that could cut glass, and rumors of appetite suppressant strong enough to take down a linebacker. People are saying Kim is chasing the same body ideal she once shattered. Now, the problem with this, she took millions of young women with her on this first ride, and now she's ghosting them on the way back. I mean, the backlash is loud. Meanwhile, everyday women are kind of left trying to keep up with a look that isn't just unrealistic, it's unsustainable. And let's not forget the health side, right? I mean, extreme body fluctuations, surgery reversals, and rapid weight loss can mess you up badly. Even celebs aren't immune to that. Just because they've got glam teams, nutritionists, and surgeons on speed dial doesn't mean their bodies aren't under insane pressure. Kim's transformation is more than just a new vibe, it's a full identity shift. And it begs the question, when your entire brand is built on your body, what happens when you no longer look like you anymore? It's not just fans noticing, even other celebrities have thrown very subtle shade. Remember when Lily Reinhart called out celebrities starving themselves for the Met Gala? Everyone knew who she was talking about. Kim showed up that night looking like a glass of water with ribs. I mean, the truth is this isn't just about Kim, it's about the ever-shifting, goalposts of beauty. One minute it's this, next minute it's that. Women are expected to transform their bodies like they're, flipping a filter. I mean, Kim Kardashian isn't just a celebrity, she's a cultural blueprint. So when she changes, the world follows. And right now, well, the message that she's sending isn't cute. It's not aspirational, it's dangerous. Kim may be trying to reinvent herself, but in the process, she might be erasing everything she once stood for. Buckle up, because Rob Kardashian just dropped some truth bombs on Khloe's podcast and got pretty candid about dating, fame, and family. Let's dive in. So Rob showed up on Khloe in Wonderland, which is a podcast as cozy as your favorite hoodie, but the convo got real, like real fast. First up was dating. It was reported that Rob said, "I just talk to people, I don't actually date them." And Khloe chimed in saying, "Yeah, it's wild. I've never seen anything like it." Now, in true Rob fashion, he joked about chatting with multiple women at once. He confessed, saying, "I'm good at talking to people, but sometimes it's just too much energy." Well, translation for that is he's social, but selectively social. Rob went on to explain that since welcoming his daughter Dream in 2016, whom he shares with Black China, he's been single intentionally. He said he doesn't introduce women, to dream at home. He said, "I've been single for years now. I still have fun. I just don't care to be dating somebody, honestly." I mean, it sounds like a dad on a mission, but still kind of rocking it in the social scene. Now, next was the spotlight reason. So Page Six and People both covered this raw confession. They stated that Rob says says, he stepped away from the cameras because he's just not comfortable in his own skin anymore. He doesn't want to put himself out there if he's just not feeling it. It's not a family feud, it's more like self-care. I mean, he values peace and happiness over fame. Still, he hasn't closed the door entirely on occasional cameos, saying, if it feels positive and neutral, then I'm totally down. Now, here's the vibe. Rob showing serious emotional growth. No drama, no gossip, just authenticity. Now let's add a plot twist. Rob's not hiding from family. I mean, Khloe even teased, that he's the best dad and hopes he'll return to the family show someday. But Rob's holding firm. Cameras only when he's feeling good and ready to do so. His mental health and peace, come first, period. Now, for the juicy part, you may remember Rob unexpectedly popping up on Khloe's podcast back in February and joking, saying, "My life is a joke." That was actually set up by a convo about his private hookup with Khloe's friend, none other than Malika Hack, in 2011. Yep, that's right, they hooked up. Now, the stalking turned scandalous when Khloe cold called Rob mid-podcast to kind of grill him about it. Rob actually confirmed it started as a joke, but admitted it became very passionate. Now, that episode perfectly captured the family's mix of humor and heartbreak, but skip ahead to now, and it's clear Rob's moved past old antics. He's choosing privacy, setting boundaries, and prioritizing his daughter, which is really good. Rob Kardashian is reinventing fame on his own terms. He's owning conversations, avoiding cameras unless he's comfortable, and just prioritizing dream. I mean, he's showing that stepping back can actually be empowering and worth millions in views if he chooses to return. And for the tea lovers, well, the podcast moments, he's chatting with women, but dating, nah, he's working on self-care and fatherhood and firing off these family reveals. Well, it's just real talk, no shade, just growth.
First it was Kylie, and now it's Khloe opening up and explaining what plastic surgery she's gotten done. Now, over the years, Khloe Kardashian has faced a lot of criticism when it comes to her ever-changing looks. But she finally addressed everything in an Instagram comment of all places. Now, last week in a recent Instagram post, renowned aesthetic doctor Dr. Johnny Betteridge from London speculated about the cosmetic procedures of Khloe, which prompted her to admit what she's had done. Now, Dr. Johnny said in a video, Khloe has changed a lot over the past few years. Khloe might have had a face and neck lift, as well as a chin implant, rhinoplasty, and upper blepharoplasty, as well as a temporal brow lift. Now, Khloe saw this and then responded with every procedure she's had done in the comments. Khloe commented, "I take this as a great compliment. First off, I think these photos are about 15 years apart, but here's a list of things I've had done. I've been very open in the past about what I've had done, so here we go." Khloe then revealed that she has had a nose job and laser hair removal for the hairline and everywhere else. She further listed Botox and a sculpture, soft wave laser for skin tightening, and filler in the past, but not any over the past few years. "I hear it never goes away, so I'm sure it's still there, but calm down," she said. Opening up further, she said she'd lost 80 pounds over the years, slow and steady, collagen baby threads underneath my chin and neck, salmon sperm facials, regular facials, peptides, vitamins, and daily skincare, before concluding that in 2025 there are many other things we can do before surgery, but when it's time and if I choose to, I know some great doctors. Fans then flocked to the comments after this, with some praising the star for being open and honest. "Whatever the case, you look great," one person impressed with Khloe's honesty said, and another Instagram user added, "Classy correction, love this, you're gorgeous and I always appreciate how gently you correct misinformation." Others, though, were critical of her, with one saying, "Khloe looks beautiful and it's clear she worked with great surgeons, but the transformation is so drastic she's nearly unrecognizable from her former self. I support cosmetic procedures when they help people feel more confident, but when someone changes their face to the point that it no longer resembles who they were, it starts to feel more psychological than aesthetic." Now, this isn't the first time Khloe has spoken out, as she's opened up about her surgeries on the Kardashians, and she revealed that comments made by her mom, Kris Jenner, encouraged her to get a nose job. "I had the most confidence. I was chubby in a skin-tight bodycon dress. You couldn't tell me otherwise. Society gave me insecurities. Who knows, if I never heard my mom talk about my nose, if I would ever gotten a nose job, Khloe added, which is honestly just really sad. She said, for me, everyone says, oh my gosh, she's had her third face transplant, but I've only had one nose job and everyone gets so upset. Kourtney Kardashian is ditching her kids to go on a summer vacation. Yes, it seems like Kourtney may not care about her relationship with the kids she had with Scott Disick, as she's been traveling the world without them. She's only been with her son Rocky, which she just had with her new husband, Travis Barker. It seems like Kourtney, her husband, and her son are staying quite close together this summer, with everyone else fading into the background. Recently, Kim and Khloe Kardashian, along with Kris, Kylie, and Kendall Jenner, attended Jeff Bezos' wedding in Italy. Now, Kourtney was noticeably missing, but she is known to not attend certain events. What's shocking though is that Kourtney usually spends the summer traveling with her 4 children, Mason, Penelope, and Rain Disick, as well as Rocky. But Mason, Penelope, and Rain have been nowhere to be seen with Kourtney. Now the thing is, Kourtney spends every summer with her kids as they are out of school and they have more free time, but summer 2025 is looking different. It appears that the 3 older children have decided to stay in America for the summer, as they have shared photos with their father Scott. Meanwhile, Kourtney and Travis traveled to the UK, with Travis taking to the stage at rock band Black Sabbath's final gig, forming a supergroup with other music icons including Ronnie Wood and Steven Tyler. Now, as usual, the couple has baby Rocky in tow. Now, Kourtney's oldest son doesn't get as involved in family trips anymore, as Mason, who is 15, prefers to stay in California with his father. You see, when Kourtney and the rest of the family went to Australia for Travis's Blink-182 tour, Mason declined to attend, as he preferred to stay with his friends and dad in California. Now, this is somewhat funny though, as in the past, Kourtney has complained about working as she wanted to spend more time with her kids and be a mom. But it seems like she's been pushing her older children aside now that baby Rocky is here and she's had her marriage with Travis Barker. Now, recently, every time Kourtney has been spotted out, the only kid with her has been Rocky. I mean, in June, the couple and their son attended WWE's Money in the Bank show, and the other kids weren't there. But, you know, maybe it was a good thing, because when the camera panned to Kourtney and Travis, the crowd began booing them. Now, they didn't seem to care too much as they sat there and waved, but the boos were deafening. Now, Kourtney has also been facing some backlash due to some comments she made on her sister Khloe's podcast. Not only that, she's also been fighting with Scott about it. According to The Sun, things between the former couple got pretty heated after Kourtney shared her new views on their children's education during a guest appearance on Khloe Kardashian's podcast, Khloe in Wonderland. Now, Kourtney raised many eyebrows when she bluntly asked, "Why do kids effing go to school?" Kourtney went on to share her thoughts, calling school a dated practice. But Scott actually disagrees with that. One insider states Scott strongly disagrees with Kourtney's parenting style and finds her comments irresponsible. He is reportedly tired of thinking she can call all the shots when it comes to their kids. He would never allow his kids to not attend, adding, Scott claimed the 3 will be homeschooled over his dead body. Kim Kardashian does not play when it comes to herself or her kids' safety, and that's why she spends $12 million a year on security, which honestly just sounds insane, but after her 2016 Paris robbery, it's understandable why she would ramp up the protection. Not to mention, her ex-husband Kanye West has been acting crazy over the years, and she wants to be able to protect her kids, as Kanye has been having a lot of erratic behavior and has been hanging out with some bad people his kids should not be around. There's even a strict rule book Kim's staff and visitors must follow, and if someone doesn't follow the rules, they're not allowed near her. Now, she's also added extra security for her 4 kids, North St. Chicago and Psalm, as the kids go to a private school with armed security and multiple nannies around them. Why? Well, in 2022, Kanye announced to the world where their kids went to school, so any random person could show up, and who knows what they could do. Not to mention, now that Kanye is married to Bianca Censori, Kim has started to dispatch trusted nannies and her own security to supervise her kids when they go away with their father. An insider said Kim never lets the kids go away with Kanye without trusted nannies or her own security. There's a very tight schedule, what time they go to bed, what they eat, when they eat, how much sugar they have, exactly where they go, and how crowded those places are, they said. Now, it's said that Kim spends about $12 million a year on her personal security, as a source close to her said that her current security is at a presidential level. Her team includes former intelligence officers and ex-military professionals, and her team goes everywhere with her, as she never steps out without them. Another source has said that Kim has built a fortress around her life. She makes sure that nothing like the 2016 robbery ever happens again. Her security uses armed vehicles, decoys, and advanced teams to check out locations before she arrives. Now, everyone who works for or meets Kim has to be thoroughly checked, even close friends. And Kim has been very open about all of this. Now, in October 2016, Kim was robbed at weapon point in her Paris hotel room, with around $10 million worth of jewelry being taken. The robbers tied her up and duct taped her mouth and eyes shut. Now, thankfully, Kim did not sustain any physical injuries during the heist, but she was left mentally scarred by the ordeal and had flashbacks and anxiety attacks. Now, it was later revealed that the intruders were a group of men in their 60s and 70s who had been planning the burglary for 2 years before the attack, and had used her social media pages to organize the heist in its entirety. French police said that Kim's use of Snapchat may have alerted the robbers to the jewelry that she had with her in Paris, as well as the fact that she was in a hotel room alone. So, due to all this, Kim upped her security, which was probably the best thing she could have done. The Kardashians are admitting to their plastic surgeries under TikToks. Yeah, Kylie Jenner confirmed that she got a breast augmentation and even gave a TikToker the measurements of everything she got done. Kylie responded to influencer Rachel Larry, who praised Kylie's perfect natural boob job and asked for specifics. "Help a girl out at Kylie Jenner. I just want to know how to get them to sit like that respectfully," she said. Now, in a surprising and candid reply, Kylie commented, "445cc moderate profile, half under the muscle, silicone, Garth Fisher. Hope this helps, LOL." Now, the response quickly gained traction as fans applauded the star's transparency. Rachel then responded by saying, "This is why she's for the girls. Love you. Thank you." Now, the surgeon behind her transformation is Dr. Garth Fisher, a Beverly Hills-based plastic surgeon known for working with multiple Kardashian-Jenner family members, including Kris Jenner, Kourtney, and Khloe Kardashian. Now, this is one of the times Kylie has been open about her surgeries. Now, Kylie's openness marks a shift from earlier denials, as over the years she credited her changing body to weight gain, her menstrual cycle, and motherhood. Kylie has previously expressed regret about getting implants. "I had beautiful breasts, just gorgeous, perfect size, perfect everything," she said on a 2023 episode of The Kardashians, recounting the breast augmentation she underwent before the birth of her daughter Stormi in 2018. "And I just wish, obviously, I never got them done to begin with," she said. Now, this isn't the only procedure Kylie has got done, as we all know about her lip filler scandal. Back in 2015, Kylie was accused of getting lip fillers, and her family always denied it. She even once tweeted in a since-deleted tweet, "These plastic surgery rumors hurt my feelings, to be honest, and are kinda insulting." Then, after denying it for months though, she came clean and finally acknowledged that she had fillers. She said, "I have temporary lip fillers, it's just an insecurity of mine." She then revealed in a September 2017 episode of Life of Kylie that she decided to modify her appearance after a former boyfriend told her, "I didn't think you'd be a good kisser because you have such small lips." Now, this was one of the first times a member of that family confessed to having some sort of plastic surgery, and the internet went wild. Khloe Kardashian has also been open about procedures she's gotten in the past. Now, she denied getting any plastic surgery besides a nose job. Now, Khloe opened up about the surgery on The Kardashians and revealed that comments made by her mom, Kris Kris Jenner encouraged her to do it. "I had the most confidence, I was chubby in a skin-tight bodycon dress, you couldn't tell me otherwise. Society gave me insecurities. Who knows if I never heard my mom talk about my nose, if I ever would have gotten a nose job," Khloe added, which is honestly just so sad. She said, "For me, everyone says, oh my gosh, she's had her third face transplant, but I've only had one nose job and everyone gets so upset." Some fans though think she's lying about other procedures, including fillers, Botox, liposuction, and a BBL.
Selena Gomez's secret feud with the Kardashians is finally explained. Selena Gomez has a lengthy history with several members of the Kardashian-Jenner family and their overlapping inner circles. The singer started publicly hanging out with Kendall Jenner and Kylie Jenner in 2014 after the sisters were fans of Gomez. The friendship came amid the height of the star's on-again, off-again relationship with Justin Bieber. After sharing several snaps from Coachella together in April 2014, Gomez made headlines for unfollowing Kendall and Kylie weeks after the music festival. Sources said at the time that things got messy when Gomez felt the Jenner girls were flirting with Justin and his crew, which we would of course later know to be true because of his little flirty fling he had with Kendall. That's another story for another time though. Amid various reports about the drama, including some claims that Gomez thought Kendall and Kylie weren't good influences, which, let's be honest, real and fair, Khloe Kardashian, for whatever reason, entered the chat tweeting at the time, "You want to play in the 20-year-old pool? Well, I'm still in my 20s and I'm better at this game than you. Don't F with my little sisters." Yeah, I cringed too. Something about Khloe calling being in her 20s a 20-year-old pool, it's weird and just kind of like, huh? Anyway, the drama later settled. A source close to Selena at the time said, "Selena has no issues with the Jenner girls. They had an issue, but they have cleared it up. She has always liked the Jenner girls." Now, in the years that followed, the Kardashian stars were rarely seen with Gomez, and both Kendall and Kylie's oldest sister Kourtney Kardashian and their close friend Hailey Bieber, then Baldwin, were linked to Justin during his off periods with the star. Justin Bieber and the actress got back together in late 2017. 2 months after they split again in May 2018, Justin and Hailey, who has consistently stayed close to Kendall and Kylie, then got engaged. They wed in September 2018, and fans continued to read into Hailey's various social media posts, assuming she was shading Gomez over the years. Hailey said during an appearance on the Call Her Daddy podcast in September 2022, addressing the accusations of overlap for the first time. She said, "I was never with him when he was in a relationship with anybody. That's the end of it. That was a situation where I know for a fact that it was the right thing for them to close that door." Gomez's connections with the family don't stop at Kendall, Kylie, Hailey, or Justin, however, because in 2016, Gomez stepped in with her longtime bestie Taylor Swift when there was drama with Kim Kardashian and then husband Kanye West. Gomez spoke out when the Selfish author leaked footage of the rapper's conversation with Swift about using her name in his song Famous. 3 years later, Gomez declared that she was on the singer's side for life when she posted and deleted a pic supporting Kim's brand Skims. Things came full circle in February 2023 when Gomez found herself commenting on several videos about the past drama, including one clip of Hailey shading Swift through TikTok. Now, the social media scandal, which resulted in Gomez taking a step back from the app, was sparked when Kylie and Hailey were accused of mocking Selena's eyebrows, which the Life of Kylie alum denied. Now, the eyebrow drama, or as most have now labeled it, Browgate, between Selena Gomez and Kylie Jenner arose from a series of posts on social media where fans speculated that Kylie and Hailey were just subtly mocking Gomez's eyebrow styling. Specifically, Gomez shared a TikTok where she accidentally over-laminated her eyebrows, and later Jenner and Bieber posted photos of their own eyebrows, leading to, fan speculation that they were just responding to Gomez's post. Shortly after Selena posted her accident, Kylie Jenner posted a picture of herself on Instagram on her story with the words that said, "This was an accident," which was positioned over her eyebrows. Now, all of this drama caused Selena at the time to announce that she was taking a social media hiatus, which didn't last long. Shortly before her online break, Selena reclaimed her title as Instagram's most followed woman, passing Kylie with 383 million followers. So there's that.
The Kardashian-Jenner family is no stranger to drama, but recent events have reignited speculation about the true nature of Kim and Kourtney Kardashian's relationship. A leaked audio clip widely circulated online has sparked outrage among fans and fueled rumors that Kim Kardashian secretly harbors deep resentment towards her older sister Kourtney. This controversy has not only captivated the public, but also exposed the ongoing complex feud between the two sisters. So Sisterly tensions between Kim and Kourtney have played out in front of cameras on the reality show for years. What began as a playful bickering has over time evolved into more serious disagreements about family, business, and personal values. The feud reached new heights during recent seasons, with both sisters exchanging pointed words and accusations. One of the most notable flashpoints was Kourtney's wedding to Travis Barker. Kim's involvement in a Dolce & Gabbana campaign, using similar themes and aesthetics to Kourtney's Italian wedding, was perceived by Kourtney as a deliberate attempt to upstage her. Kourtney accused Kim of sabotaging her in her special moment, feeling suspicions of underlying jealousy and rivalry. About 2 years ago, Kourtney openly accused Kim of being a narcissist and orchestrating a not Kourtney group chat behind her back. According to Kourtney, this secret chat was used by Kim and other family members to criticize her, further deepening the sense of betrayal. Kourtney's frustration was palpable as she confronted Kim about the chat, saying, "You are a narcissist. Anything you do, it's about you and about how it looks to the world around you." She also accused Kim of trying to sabotage her happiness. These confrontations have been described as some of the most explosive in the family's history, with both sisters airing grievances that have simmered for years. Many fans have taken to social media to voice their support for Kourtney or Kim, accusing Kim of being manipulative and self-centered. Others argue that the feud is being exaggerated for publicity, pointing to the family's long history of using personal drama to boost ratings and maintain relevance. Some fans have expressed disappointment in both sisters, lamenting the apparent breakdown of a family unit. The controversy has also reignited debates about the pressures of fame and the toll it takes on personal relationships. As one Reddit user commented, "It's sad to see sisters tear each other down like this, no matter how famous they are." At the heart of the feud lies a fundamental clash of values. Kim has long been seen as the family's ambitious, business-minded leader, while Kourtney has prioritized her personal life and mental health. This difference in priorities has led to repeated clashes, with Kim accusing Kourtney of not pulling her weight, and Kourtney accusing Kim of putting business above family. While some believe the drama is exaggerated for the cameras, the raw emotions and pointed accusations suggest that the rift is all too real. As the reality TV world watches, the Kardashian sisters must navigate the fallout, balancing their personal grievances with the demands of fame and family legacy. Whether they can heal their relationship remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: the public fascination with their feud is far from over.
Khloe Kardashian is taking a lot of heat, and she's not even in the kitchen. Nope, this backlash comes from a few feet away, her pantry. Khloe Kardashian has officially released her latest business venture, a protein popcorn brand, and posted a video tour of her massive pantry to promote it. However, it did not go over well. She posted a crib-style video of her pantry, which is the size of a car garage. I'm not exaggerating, guys. The pantry was formerly a garage before being converted into a pantry crib. As a small apartment renter, I stash my canned goods, chips, and protein bars wherever they'll fit. Honestly, I dream of the day I could have a stockpile as big as hers, but my love and admiration may be amongst the few that's actually happy for the reality star. Now, in honor of releasing her new Cloud protein popcorn, the reality star shared a pantry tour video on social media with bags of her popcorn filling the food pack space. Now, this isn't the first time she's shown off her extremely organized pantry to give her viewers inspiration for how to sort things. Still, this time around, she received a lot of backlash, as internet users said the video was ridiculous and just out of touch, given how expensive groceries are these days. Not only is her pantry massive, it's also stocked with the most eclectic assortment of foods. Now, there's an army of olives, apparently reserved for Kris Jenner's martinis, and a mind-boggling number of snacks, raisins, nuts, and all those, healthy things. She also had a very large bowl of fresh fruit and 2 walls, basically shelves, stocked explicitly with bottles of high-end sparkling water. Now, at the start of her video, she says, "This is where all the magic happens." And yeah, I believe it. Honestly, the vibe is somewhere between a farmer's market and a Saks Fifth Avenue, which, to be fair, was her goal. Now, according to the video, Khloe wanted to recreate a mini grocery store inside her pantry, which, if we're being real, feels just a bit gluttonous. Now, fans think so too. Dozens of comments under her Instagram note that her pantry is a vulgar display of wealth and just excess upon excess upon excess. Now, many point out that there's no way she and her 2 kids can eat the amount of food stocked in the pantry before it expires. One person online said, "Pantry is amazing, however, why the need for all that food? People are starving all over our country, seems gluttonous." For many people, groceries are more expensive than ever, which is why watching, the Good American founder walk through her apartment-size loaded pantry upset many people, even if it wasn't supposed to be, this light-hearted video that her loyal fan base apparently requested. Now, when the video was uploaded to social media platforms like Instagram and YouTube, internet users of course flooded the comment section to let the personality know, that they were not pleased to see material like that from her. Now, another person wrote, "This is so over the top. Flaunting her wealth when people are literally starving and struggling to feed their families is just wrong." Someone else added, "So your pantry is bigger than my whole house?" Another person wrote, "I can't afford eggs and my fridge is empty." Internet users also went off on Khloe on other platforms like Reddit. One person wrote, "I hated this video. What's the point of this?" What do you guys think? Excessive or not enough? Kim Kardashian's embarrassing runway walk have fans seriously worried about her. Kim Kardashian just hit the runway for Balenciaga at Paris Fashion Week, and the internet is not letting her live it down. Her mom, Kris Jenner, proudly posted the video like a true momager, only for it to be immediately roasted in the comments. Let's talk about Kim's walk first, okay, man? It was awkward, slow, stiff. It just wasn't giving what I know she thought it was giving in her head in the moment. Fans said she looked like she was either drunk, constipated, or maybe both. One person wrote, "This is how I walk after 2 margaritas, trying to act normal, but clearly failing." Another person said, "She walks like a toddler who just woke up from a nap and needs to go pee." Brutal. Someone even tagged Kendall Jenner asking her to just please help your sister. And honestly, yeah, Kendall is a legit supermodel, so that's fair. Meanwhile, Kim looked like, she was kind of just walking to the fridge at 3 a.m. in silence so she wouldn't wake her kids. I mean, comments flooded in, of course. One person said, "Go Kim, give us nothing," which was my reaction as well. And someone else said, "Is she hurt? Nauseous? Drunk? Like, what is happening?" And my personal favorite comment actually was, "She walks like a bored housewife answering the door in her robe after, one too many shots." But let's also talk about the look. Kim was wearing a satin nightie, a nod to Elizabeth Taylor's iconic slip and, Cat on the Hot Tin Roof. Classy reference, but the walk, not so much. I mean, Kris even captioned the post bragging that Kim was wearing Elizabeth Taylor's actual diamond earrings, like that was gonna distract anyone from the walk. Now, Kim's been tied to Balenciaga for years. Remember when she showed up to the 2021 Met Gala looking like a shadowy ghost in head to toe black, including a full face covering? Yeah, that was Balenciaga. And of course, Demna, the brand's creative director, is basically one of her fashion BFFs. But that friendship got tested in 2023 when Balenciaga dropped that very scandalous, weird ad campaign. The one with the kids holding teddy bears and bondage outfits. Yeah, that was really horrific. And one image even had the Supreme Court documents, about inappropriate stuff just casually sitting in the background. It was really dark, really disturbing, and sparked major backlash. And unless you were living under a celebrity rock, you do know about it. Now, even though Kim wasn't part of that campaign, people came for her hard because of her close ties to the brand. She finally broke her silence, saying she was disgusted and outraged and that she was reevaluating her relationship with the fashion house. Spoiler alert, she kept working with them anyway. So now she's back on the runway, and instead of a redemption arc, she gave us, well, the sleepwalking shuffle. Listen, we love a good Kim moment. She's iconic, she's influential, but if you're gonna walk a runway in Paris wearing Elizabeth Taylor's earrings, you better channel Cleopatra, not sleepy toddler. Either way, it was a complete mess.
Kim Kardashian was caught Googling something weird, but also on brand. She was seen Googling herself. Now, Kim has been in Paris representing the brand Balenciaga for Fashion Week, and she had been spotted in multiple looks over a couple of days. And as Kim headed into a building with her phone screen visible, it was revealed that she was checking out pictures of her in her pink look from the day before, which honestly is kinda embarrassing. Now, not to mention, there has been backlash with the brand Balenciaga, and the fact that Kim is working with them again after this is disappointing to so many fans. brands. In 2022, the brand sparked outrage with an advert that was just straight up inappropriate. But just 2 years later, in 2024, Kim was named as one of their new brand ambassadors after working closely with them for years. The reality star, who previously refused to cut ties with the brand but said she was shaken and disgusted by the inappropriate advert, posted a statement announcing her partnership with the label under its then creative director, Demna. The statement read, "For several years now, Balenciaga's designs have been a part of my many looks and some of my most iconic fashion moments. This historic fashion house embraces modernity, craftsmanship, and takes an innovative approach for design under Demna. For me, this long-standing relationship is built on mutual trust and commitment to doing what's right. I'm excited about this next chapter for the brand and to become their ambassador." So it doesn't seem like this isn't going to change anytime soon. Now, at the time, Kim said she was comfortable with how the company reacted to the scandal, saying, "I appreciate Balenciaga's removal of the campaign and apology. In speaking with them, I believe they understand the seriousness of the issue and will take the necessary measures for this to never happen again." Now, on Twitter at the time, users didn't fully agree with Kim's statement, but them claiming that her cutting all ties with the brand would have been the only appropriate thing to do in this case. Now, Balenciaga publicly apologized, and it announced that it would be swiping the ad from all of its social media profiles. "We sincerely apologize for any offense our holiday campaign may have caused. We have immediately removed the campaign from all platforms." But a lot of people haven't forgotten what happened. Now, for the Kardashians, it's different though. You see, Kim was introduced to Balenciaga creative director Demna by her ex, Kanye West, with the couple's daughters also representing the brand too. Now, this wasn't all the drama with the brand though, as Balenciaga is yet to answer for the inclusion of a book by Michael Bormans in the background of two of the images from the Spring 23 campaign. Now, Bormans is a Belgian painter whose work includes a troubling 2017 series called Fire from the Sun, and it is full of inappropriate things. Now, why the inclusion of the book was used in this photo shoot remains unanswered. It seems like Kim doesn't really care about the ethics of the brand though, and only cares about making money and looking good, which is just horrible.
Diddy was once great friends with the Kardashians and Jenners, and that is coming back to haunt the famous family as new facts are revealed during the disgraced rapper's ongoing trial. Over the years, the famous family has popped up in many photos and videos and have shared many stories of the wild stuff that went down at Diddy parties, and one clip featuring a story from Kourtney Kardashian has recently resurfaced on social media. Kourtney Kardashian has spoken publicly about a troubling incident that occurred at one of Sean Diddy Combs' infamous parties, which has come under renewed scrutiny as Diddy faces serious federal charges, including intimate transportation of individuals without consent and fraudulent business dealings, and more equally as serious crimes. The incident that involved Kourtney Kardashian allegedly took place in 2001 at TAO nightclub, according to the Daily Mail, which Diddy had rented out for his birthday celebration that year. During the event, Kourtney was waiting in line for the bathroom when another woman cut in front of her. After Kourtney politely pointed out that she was next, the woman unexpectedly punched her in the face. Kourtney described the experience as deeply unsettling. She was alone at the time and, overwhelmed by the situation, retreated into the next available bathroom stall to cry before seeking out her sister Khloe for support. Khloe later recounted her own reaction, saying that she tried to find the woman responsible but was unsuccessful. The story, originally shared during a 2016 episode of Cocktails with Khloe in which Diddy himself was present, has resurfaced amid the heightened attention on Diddy's legal issues and the culture of excess and chaos often associated with his parties. Attending parties hosted by Diddy has become controversial, especially in light of the disturbing allegations now facing the music mogul. Multiple testimonies and reports have depicted his gatherings as environments rife with risky behavior, substance using, and, according to court documents and witness statements, potential criminal activity. Kourtney's experience being harmed physically in a setting that should have been safe underscores the unpredictable and sometimes dangerous atmosphere at such events. The fact that she was left to deal with the aftermath alone further highlights the lack of security and oversight at these gatherings. The resurfacing of Kourtney's story is particularly significant as it coincides with Diddy's ongoing federal trial, where the nature of his parties is under intense public and legal scrutiny. Allegations from other individuals, including former associates and guests, suggest a pattern of misconduct and exploitation at these events. While Kourtney's incident was not directly linked to Diddy's actions, the environment he cultivated is now widely criticized for for enabling and concealing harmful behavior. Her account serves as a reminder of the personal risks that can arise in such unchecked and chaotic party scenes, especially those hosted by powerful figures whose actions are only now being fully examined. Back in 2014 to 2016, Kris really did have to work to prevent some photos from leaking. The unexpected part was that they were her own private images because someone had hacked her iCloud. Christina, aka the woman that hacked the iCloud, was indicted by a grand jury in 2016. Not only did she hack the cloud, she also sent some pretty messed up texts to Kris and co, assistant, then husband, and other family members. She also, I guess, sent texts pretending to be Kris to Kris's kids and partner. She claimed that she put tracking devices on their cars and would message people that Kris had serious diseases, but it goes even further. The hacker also impersonated the famous matriarch over the phone, allegedly even occasionally calling the authorities with fake emergencies or swatting the family. Swatting referring to calling in fake emergencies that are serious enough to have someone's home checked out by SWAT teams. Just overall being an absolute headache and causing a lot of heartache. Then of course there were the accusations regarding social media, because if the hacker got into the iCloud, it really would only be a matter of time before social media sites like Instagram would be compromised. Allegedly, the hacker posted demeaning things about Kris's family as Kris, even going so far as to post phone numbers. And for a family as famous as this, that really is a big problem. Plus, no one wants their mom roasting them on the internet. It was also revealed that the stalker somehow got access to Kourtney's AOL account, so that means she didn't just get the username and password, but answers to the security questions too. The hacker did allegedly get access to the famous sister's emails. It actually ended up happening again with someone else in the family, however, the persecutors were reluctant to share their name. Per E-Online, the stalker was indicted for 6 counts of stalking, 4 counts of computer hacking, 1 count of extortion by threat, and 4 counts of aggravated identity theft related to the computer hacking offenses. Just like a laundry list of bad things. This isn't even the first time that Kris Jenner has been hacked, and I almost wonder if Christina was helped by a previous incident. Back in 2013, Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian's contact information was leaked by hackers and posted to a website which is like a bunch of other celebrities' personal data. Just a few years ago, an unauthorized photo of Khloe Kardashian was accidentally shared, leading to the famous family doing everything they could to scrub it from the internet. Here's the thing, the photo isn't scandalous, it isn't unflattering, in my opinion, she isn't doing anything offensive. It is literally just a photo of Khloe in a bikini by the pool. She's holding her phone in one hand and smiling for the camera, and that is literally it. That's the whole photo. However, there isn't any filter on the photo. Many photos posted by the sisters and, well, a lot of big celebrities, they use filters to smooth out the skin, smooth out the makeup, shape the body, whatever, right? People are used to seeing an airbrushed look to the family that getting an unfiltered iPhone photo shot was definitely a moment. However, they do occasionally post unfiltered photos, so why was this one a big deal? Well, they said the internet couldn't have it and started contacting people to take it down or risk legal action. So pretty soon, people started sharing it simply because they were told no. Then it became people wanting to see the photo that people were risking legal action from one of Hollywood's richest families for. Then people just being confused why she would want the picture to disappear considering she looks good. Eventually, fans got answers. The reason it had to go was simply because it was unauthorized. One of the many Kardashian or Jenner assistants posted the photo without, I guess, checking the right avenues. The official statement from Chief KKW Marketing Officer Tracy Romulus was, the color-edited photo was taken of Khloe during a private family gathering and posted to social media without permission by mistake by an assistant. Khloe looks beautiful, but it is within the right of the copyright owner to not want an image not intended to be published taken down. For a family of women that have had their every move picked apart, it's understandable that they would want to control exactly what gets out there about them. Of course, the picture is still out on the internet. Khloe ended up posting some photos herself shortly after this went viral. Right now, having a photo with Diddy is like a guilty verdict to the internet, and Kris Jenner doesn't just have one, she's got a whole collection, plus past interviews with him, even one where he admitted that he once had a crush on her. Yeah, so the Kardashian-Jenners, it's no secret that to help maintain their status, they interact with other people at the same level of fame, and like it or not, Diddy was one of those people. He was at the top of the food chain when it came to hosting parties and having famous friends. Kris Jenner posted many selfies with the man over the years. It appears that she was quite close with him, and one can assume that she and her daughters received many invites to his parties. I mean, we know that they did because they have been photographed and videotaped at them many times. This has led to people wondering what the famous family knew and if they kept anything quiet. Khloe once spoke about her experience at a Diddy party in a 2014 episode of the reality show. She made claims that many of the attendees were unclothed, and then previously in the episode she had been talking about all the big names that she saw there, and now of course people are wondering if she was at just like a regular Diddy party or the type that he is now in jail for. But back to Kris Jenner, because there is an absolutely wild story circulating online right now regarding the matriarch. One woman that is claimed to be a Diddy victim has shared a troubling story involving not just the disgraced rapper, but also Kris Jenner and Jennifer Lopez. Adria English joined the Lionel B Show podcast to share a story from someone she knew that was allegedly a Diddy victim. She claims that her homegirl was harmed in a ritual to conjure up demons, that J-Lo was damaging her skin using glass, and that Kris Jenner watched. English claims that in order for the girl to escape, she had to pierce Kris's shoulder with the glass. English says that if you look back at past interviews, Kris says that she'd once been pierced. Different word, but hopefully you get it. Unfortunately, I have not been able to find anything that indicated that Kardashian has ever been involved in an incident like that. She doesn't appear to have a scar on either of her shoulders either, and she's worn a lot of clothes that's shown off her shoulders and collarbone. The interview has gathered about 710,000 views on YouTube, with a comment section overwhelmingly in favor of English. Again, I couldn't find anything to support her claims, but Diddy's trial is coming up very soon, so maybe we will get answers then. In an early season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, you might have seen Kim and Kourtney pretty upset over some photos nearly being leaked to the press. Well, fan speculation and fact go hand in hand. Kim K's first husband seemingly wasn't the nicest guy. There are court documents that accuse the man of being physically and mentally rough with the reality TV star. Of course, this was like before the show, so we never actually saw any of that on camera, but the description of the alleged events are hard to read. Anyways, they speculate that this ex-husband was threatening to release some photos of Kourtney, or like Kim and Kourtney, that had them in compromising positions on their own, and some people even claim with each other, which is a whole other can of worms, and is generally proven to be false or a salacious rumor. The photos that have been like confirmed to nearly have been leaked by the ex, they only show Kourtney. However, she isn't in a great position, and to make matters worse, the family claims that she wasn't 18 yet, so yeah, no wonder they didn't want this hitting the press. People speculate that Kim was involved in the photos young too, because she was very upset about the thought of them getting released. However, considering what we know about her first husband, the reaction does make sense. And then finally, Caitlyn Jenner did cause an accident that led to a fatality. Despite having such a serious outcome, people don't really talk about this a lot. It did happen while Caitlyn was like coming out, so people were focused on something very different. However, fans online speculate that the family has done things to minimize the media coverage of the incident. In the end, it's not difficult information to find if you're looking for it, and once you go searching, you will see that. Though Jenner didn't go to jail for the incident, she did have to pay about $800,000 to settle one of the lawsuits. It was found that Jenner was going under the speed limit and did hit the brakes, but it wasn't enough to stop the incident from happening. Honestly, it is a miracle that things didn't go worse. Jenner caused a 4-car pileup, one of which had a whole family inside, including young ones. While it is heartbreaking that not everyone made it out, the medical team was able to save most of that family with minimal injuries.
In an interview on the Call Her Daddy podcast, Khloe Kardashian revealed how much each family member gets paid for starring on the reality show. Now, Khloe confirmed long-standing speculation that everyone in her family, including Kris Jenner, Kourtney Kardashian, Kim Kardashian, Kendall Jenner, and Kylie Jenner, all get paid equally for their Hulu reality show, The Kardashians. Now, when host Alex Cooper asked Khloe if it was true that you and your sisters are all paid the same amount on The Kardashians during a lightning round of questions on the April 16th episode, Khloe said true. In a follow-up question, Alex asked Khloe if she and her family members, all of whom serve as executive producers on the series, are allowed to cut any footage that you don't like. Yes, Khloe says, but it's more vanity things that we would cut, she added. Khloe noted that her mom will occasionally request a cut, and Khloe emphasized that her storylines more or less air as they happen. As she noted, there are plenty of more substantial moments involving herself that she would have loved to cut from the series but didn't. I mean, trust me, she says with a laugh. I would have cut way other I've never cut anything crazy. Now, with all of these sisters getting paid the same, it kind of makes sense why Kim has gotten mad at Kourtney over the years for not being on the show as much and not being open, because they're all being paid the same amount, even though Kim is usually the one who does the most work. Khloe has called out her older sister Kim about her parenting style and being a hypocrite. Now, the two sisters were caught fighting in an episode of their show, and their mother Kris Jenner even got involved, and she's on Khloe's side. In the episode, Kim explained that her daughter North was in China with her father Kanye, and Kim had been video chatting with her. Now, while Khloe doesn't interrupt Kim checking in with her daughter, she says in a confessional, "You're the one, not even a year ago, is fighting with me for saying goodnight to my child, and you were on the phone with North for a couple of hours." Now, clips are then played where Kim can be seen aggressively schooling Khloe on maintaining a healthy distance from her children every now and then. "Get away from your kids, live your effing life," Kim says. Then Kris speaks up and says, "We've spent more than half the trip on the phone with your children. You gave her so much for checking in with her kids," said Kris. Now Khloe immediately added, "For 3 minutes, like I made sure they were short because I didn't want to be rude." But yeah, I totally understand Khloe's frustrations with this, and it's good that she called Kim out. Khloe also revealed that her family has a hard time trusting people. Why? Well, Khloe says her former personal therapist betrayed her and leaked guarded secrets from her private life during her troubles with her then husband, Lamar Odom. Khloe revealed in a new interview that she sought help in 2013 as her relationship with Lamar was not looking good. Now, Khloe and Lamar were reported in the news to have been in private couples counseling for months at a time. Now, although Khloe did not detail who the mental health provider was, she did tell Bustle that she has no doubts as to what private information was released. The reality star said, "I remember I was going to therapy, and the next thing I knew, something private I told my therapist was on a tabloid. And I knew that my therapist disclosed this information to a tabloid because there's no way this could have gotten out there." She added, "It was very jarring and sort of unbelievable, but there's not a chance in the world that it came from anywhere else." So, due to this, she left her therapist, but wow, I can't imagine having to go through something like that. Therapists have a duty to protect their clients, and this one just did the opposite. Khloe Kardashian just revealed that her brother Rob Kardashian might make an appearance on their reality show again. Now, Rob joined his family on Easter Sunday as her sister Kim posted a photo of all of them on her Instagram. Easter 2025, Kim captioned the post, "I couldn't get all the sisters, kids, aunts, cousins, and laughs in this pic, but the memories are so real. Happy Easter, everyone." Now, Rob brought his daughter Dream, who's 8, whom he shares with his ex Blac Chyna. Now, fans flooded Kim's comments with kind sentiments about Rob, who has stayed out of the limelight for years. But now, in a new interview, Khloe says he might make a return to the spotlight. Khloe teased her brother's possible return to reality TV during a panel with Scott Disick at Hulu's inaugural Get Real House event in Beverly Hills on Tuesday, April 22nd. When asked if she thinks Rob will make another rare appearance on the Kardashians, Khloe said, "I really do. I always have my faith and confidence in Rob." So it seems like fans will have to keep an eye out for him. Now, Khloe is not one to sit there and let someone drag her sister's name. So in 2022, when Kanye West brought an issue about Kim to social media, Khloe had none of it. Now, Kanye claimed that Kim basically kidnapped their daughter Chicago. "You are lying and are liars," he wrote on social media. "Y'all basically kidnapped Chicago on her birthday so she could remember her father not being there. Travis Scott gave me the address of my child's party. That's how y'all play with black fathers." But Khloe hit back at Kanye online, saying, "I don't want to do this on social media, but you keep bringing it here. You are the father of my nieces and nephews, and I'm trying to be respectful, but please stop tearing Kimberly down and using our family when you want to deflect." Now, Khloe also implied that Kanye's repeated references to being excluded from Chicago's West birthday party were made up by the rapper. Again, with the birthday narrative, she continued, "Enough already. We all know the truth, and in my opinion, everyone's tired of it. You know exactly where your children are at all times, and you wanted separate birthdays. I have seen the text to prove it, and when you've changed your mind and when you wanted to attend, you came," she said. Now, Khloe has just admitted that both her sister Kim and her mom Kris knew of instances in which her exes Lamar Odom and Tristan Thompson cheated on her. Kim has known about the cheating. "I think both of the cheating stuff. I think Kim found out first," Khloe said during an episode of Call Her Daddy, "which is crazy. And then my mom with my ex-husband, she knew things before I did and had to tell me," Khloe said. Now, Kim was famously on camera when she learned about Tristan cheating on Khloe while she was pregnant with her first child. child, True Thompson. When Kim found out that Tristan was cheating on me, she was about to sit down for Keeping Up interviews, and it happened when she was in the interview chair, Khloe recalled. I don't know if as much would have been shown if that's not how it was unfolding in real time. We just happened to be filming all the effing time, she said. Now, while obviously upsetting, Khloe was glad that her family found out and told her. I would rather a family member than a stranger. I don't like that any of this stuff happened, but I would rather it them. I'm not someone that gets mad at the messenger, she said. And finally, Khloe is the main reason why people know about her family's affiliation with the disgraced music mogul Diddy. When Khloe was in high school, she actually interned with Diddy. She was with him in the studio and helped him with his show Making the Band. Now, Khloe has been very open about her friendship with Diddy, as she had him on an episode of her show Cocktails with Khloe in 2016, where the pair reminisced about their past. Now, Khloe also spoke with her sister Kourtney about Diddy's parties and just hanging out with Diddy in general. Khloe has also made many posts online talking about Diddy parties. She took to Instagram back in 2019 to share a series of pictures from a Diddy party, and she captioned the post, "Nothing like a Diddy party." In the pictures, she was seen posing alongside the rapper and her sisters, Kim and Kylie Jenner. Now, fans have been commenting on the pictures following P. Diddy's arrest, saying that the post hasn't aged well and should probably be deleted. But the thing is, it's still up on her page today.
The Kardashian curse is real, and these men's stories will make you believe it. Scott Disick is up first. While Disick remains a staple of the Kardashian-Jenner family, he endured his ups and downs while dating Kourtney Kardashian for about 9 years. He and Kourtney share 3 children together and might be the best example of amicable co-parenting in Hollywood, but he wasn't without his troubles. Throughout their relationship and, even since their final split in 2015, Disick struggled with substance dependency issues, checking in and out of rehab facilities after excessive partying, and trauma stemming from his parents passing away, which only fueled his issues. Now, in May 2020, Disick checked into rehab once more to work on past traumas. He checked out days later after an employee at the rehab facility actually leaked his private information. He ultimately moved on with Sophia Richie, dating her for 3 years, but has since struck up a romance with Amelia Hamlin. Now, after his relationship with Kourtney Kardashian ended, he actually expressed the idea that everyone who dated a Kardashian was cursed. He went to visit a psychic to try and rid himself of the, Kardashian curse after becoming convinced that bad things happen to all the men who date anyone in the family. He took Kendall Jenner along to a tarot card reading where he was told to perform a ritual with a rooster to leave the curse behind. He told the psychic, "I feel like anybody that's dated any girls within her family has gotten some kind of curse. I feel like some curse has been put upon me, along with a lot of other men that I'm close with." The woman reading the cards told Scott that there was a lot of negative energy surrounding him and pointed out the devil card, which came up in the center. She explained, saying, "Definitely there's an energy that's been following you around and is inside everything you try to do. You have a tendency to have many obstacles in front of you. To answer your question, I would probably say you do have a curse." The psychic advised Scott to perform a ritual with a rooster, which would require him to dress in all white and set the rooster free before clearing his energy in a herbal bath. Desperate to get rid of the curse once and for all, Scott went rooster shopping with pal Benny and picked out his ritual bird. Kim Kardashian, however, was very dismissive of his quest and told her sister Kourtney, "I don't believe in that dumb thing. Scott is so ridiculous. He does weird things anyways, but this is on another level. I'm so annoyed he even thinks that this exists. There's no such thing. Of course, put the blame somewhere else. He never wants to take accountability for his own actions. He wants to always put the blame on someone else." Basically, defending his actions, Scott then said, "I just think a lot of people have come into this family and it hasn't been the easiest." Kourtney then added, "You blame your actions on something else, on somebody else. It's never just because you'll always have an excuse for everything." Well, curse or not, Scott has been doing better than ever lately, so I think it's fair to say he's either grown up and matured or the curse has been lifted. Lamar Odom. Khloe Kardashian and Lamar Odom's relationship and marriage was the stuff of fairy tales until it wasn't. After dating for only a month, the two tied the knot in 2009. Now, the former couple's romance was documented on Keeping Up with the Kardashians spin-off Khloe and Lamar, but like many reality TV curses, the show proved to be too much for the former NBA star. Khloe filed for divorce from Odom in 2013 after he suffered a public breakdown for a year, became attached to illicit substances, and cheated on her. Now, the two wouldn't finalize their divorce until 2016 as Odom suffered a near-fatal OD in a Nevada brothel in 2015, and Khloe chose to put the divorce on hold so Lamar could benefit from her health insurance and she could take care of him as he recovered. Although the marriage legally dissolved in 2016, Odom appeared to be holding on to some hope of, reconciliation, as he said in 2018 that he only realized the marriage was over when Khloe had moved on with other basketball players, such as James Harden and Tristan Thompson. And Odom tells BET's The Man Cave, "I still got my shorty's name still on me, her initials are still on me, but for no reason." You know what I'm saying? I understand when it's over, it's over. When she was with her second or third NBA ball player, I could see that. Khloe dated James Harden for a bit, but he ended it because he didn't really like all the drama and publicity it came with. But many people think he may have been scared of the curse happening to him too, so he called it quits. Khloe would then go on to be in an on-off relationship with Tristan Thompson, which was disastrous in many ways, to say the least, between him cheating on her like every week, getting another woman pregnant, and even making out with Kylie's BFF Jordan Woods. The whole thing was the hottest mess, and if anything, he cursed Khloe. She had 2 children with him though, and that's after knowing what a goof and a liar he was, so I don't know, she dug herself into that hole and laid in it, because the sense was just not sensing for me. The Kardashian curse came hard and strong for rapper Tyga, and TBH rightfully so, because what business did you have, sir, grooming and then dating a minor? Shake my head. This romance was likely doomed from the start. Kylie started dating Tyga after he had welcomed a child with Blac Chyna, Kim Kardashian's then best friend. Now, the spider web was messy to say the least, but that didn't stop these two from giving it a try. The two first met at Kendall Jenner's Sweet 16 bash when she was just 14 and he was 21, but they didn't officially start dating, at least in the public eye. He denied dating her for a while until she was 17. When she turned 18, the rapper bought her a Ferrari. Kylie, who wasn't a billionaire yet but would go on to become one, had to endure embarrassing monetary foibles with Tyga, including the time in 2016 when a repo man took his Ferrari away for missing a couple of payments on his lease while Kylie actually shopped for a Bentley. Missing payments were a staple of Tyga's identity though. A former landlord debated taking him to court for more than $180,000 worth of back rent and damages to an abandoned business space, while a jeweler basically lawyered up after Tyga failed to pay him a cent for the $200,000 worth of merchandise he allegedly purchased back in 2013. Now, in August of 2016, Tyga settled for a $480,000 lawsuit with a former landlord over back rent, and it wasn't the first time though. Perhaps the financial insecurity proved too much for Kylie, who then split from Tyga for the last time in April 2017. Tyga has had to make more comebacks than arguably anybody in recent memory. The man seems to consistently be on an up and down slope, either running uphill at full speed or tumbling down to an unlikely collapse. Of course, the notion of a Kardashian curse was brought up, which the rapper brushed off, telling Billboard, "Anybody that has doubted me, held me back, tried to block me behind the scenes or spread negative energy or stories on me, whatever it is, whoever tried to curse me, it doesn't matter, the curse is broken." Kris Humphries, a 72-day marriage that will live in infamy. The former NBA player and Kim started dating in October 2010 and would get engaged only 7 months later. 3 months later, they married in an over-the-top $10 million televised ceremony. Perhaps they should have slowed down as Kim filed for divorce fewer than 3 months later, which reportedly left Humphries feeling very bummed. The courtship appeared to be doomed from the start, from a fan's perspective, as Humphries didn't make a great impression on keeping up with the Kardashians, and following the divorce, the hatred only got worse. I thought to myself, why exactly are they booing me though? Humphries recalled that, saying in an essay for the Players Tribune in 2019, while writing about a particularly merciless booing during a game against Philadelphia. Is it just because I'm that guy from TV? Do they think I was trying to be famous? Is it because they think I disrespected the game of basketball? That last one hurt me because it's all I've ever wanted to be known for was basketball. French Montana. Khloe started dating the rapper in 2014 amid her pending divorce from Lamar. She later admitted that she jumped into a relationship with him because she was feeling lonely and destructive after her marriage crumbled. She said on a 2014 episode of Kourtney and Khloe Take the Hamptons, "I jumped into something because I was just like lonely and destructive, but now I'm like, I just want to be alone. I gotta grieve," she added, saying, "I'm still married." The on-again, off-again relationship continued into 2016 when Page Six exclusively reported they were secretly still hooking up. I don't think he was affected by the curse, but people think time will prove that he has been. Travis Scott. Kylie and the Antidote rapper began dating in 2017, though much of the relationship was concealed because she went into hiding, fueling rumors that she was pregnant. Now, sources confirmed to Page Six in September of that year that the Kylie Cosmetics founder was expecting her first child with Scott, and she announced it in a very long 11-minute video that she had given birth to a baby girl in February of 2018. 2018. She later revealed they named their daughter Stormi. Now, in October of 2019, Kylie confirmed that she and Scott broke up, but they remained and still remain amicable co-parents. Now, the former couple often post about each other and their daughter on social media. In December, Kylie shared pictures of Stormi and her dad working his food and toy drive. Travis Scott has also addressed the Kardashian curse, though, and stated that he doesn't worry about it. He said he's been focused on his own life and career and that he doesn't get involved in the other aspects of the Kardashian-Jenner family's lives. During Travis Scott's headline performance at the 2021 Astroworld Festival in Houston, a fatal crowd crush resulted in the passing of 10 people and hundreds of injuries, sparking investigations and lawsuits. Now, many believe this incident was a direct result of the Kardashian curse. Kanye West. After 6 years of marriage, Kim and Kanye got divorced. Now, the estranged pair began dating in 2012, married in 2014 after welcoming their first child, daughter Northwest, a year prior. They would go on to have 3 more children, but the marriage faced its troubles. Kim was robbed in Paris, and not long after, Kanye actually would be hospitalized for his first breakdown. Eventually, he revealed he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and his mental health issues would prove difficult for Kim and her family. As Kanye would go on to reveal, he wanted his wife to actually abort North, which obviously mortified Kim. Though an ex like Scott has remained close to the family, it doesn't seem like Kanye will follow the same path, as he's chosen to live in Wyoming full-time while Kim remains in LA with their children. And lately, they've been fighting more than ever with Kanye's insane Twitter rants and issues surrounding their daughter North. I don't think he's cursed, I think he's just crazy.
At number 10, Kim's nannies. Kim Kardashian is arguably the most famous of the Kardashian sisters and also seems to be the busiest. For example, Kim has 4 kids, a skincare line, her Skims brand, she's attending law school, co-founded an equity team, and recently even hopped on the podcast train. And that's all on top of filming their new reality show on Hulu. You may be asking yourself, how does one woman do all that by herself? She pays people to do it for her, duh. Kardashian has multiple assistants and nannies to help her stay above the overwhelming workload, but has been known to treat them as lesser than her. For instance, on several occasions, Kim and her daughter North would go to lunch accompanied by their nanny, but Kim made her not only sit at a separate table away from them at the restaurant, known to make her nannies walk at least 10 feet away from her at all times. If they walk near her or attempt to walk side by side, apparently she blows up on them behind closed doors. Needless to say, she has had many nannies over the years and has probably made them all cry at least once. At number 9, Kourtney in general. While Kim may not be the best boss in the world, it's Kourtney who is known as the absolute worst boss of all time. According to former nannies, Kourtney was by far the worst Kardashian to work for. Not only is she a neat freak, needing every single thing to be exactly where it should be, she's also known for being surprisingly cheap, even once calling a different grocery store while she was shopping to compare the price of a chicken breast, because if anyone needs that extra 99 cents, it's Kourtney. But this isn't the worst thing she's done. One time, Kourtney's daughter had bitten a nanny so hard that she had to quit, but instead of letting it go and taking responsibility for not teaching her daughter how to treat people, she berated the nanny, telling her she should have said something to her daughter in the moment. Because it makes sense to blame the woman you're paying to raise your kid instead of the kid herself to prevent future incidents. At number 8, toxic chemicals. Kylie Jenner is the youngest of the Kardashian clan and is extremely successful for her age. In 2019, she made the cover of Forbes magazine as the youngest self-made billionaire, following the successful partnership between her cosmetic brand and Ulta Beauty. I'm not sure Forbes knows what self-made means, but this collaboration would allow Jenner's brand, previously only available online and at pop-up stores, to be placed on shelves in Ulta's 1,000 plus stores. This is unfortunate considering the true nature of just where those products come from. Many employees at the factory that mixed and packaged her makeup and beauty products have been reported that they were never given proper safety equipment that one would require to do that job. They were only given hairnets, lab coats, and safety goggles, leaving their hands and face completely exposed. Workers would regularly report migraines and mild chemical burns on their hands. I know they say beauty is pain, but I don't think this is what they meant. At number 7, Victoria. Victoria Valero has been Kylie Jenner's close personal assistant since 2015, but the pair go back to 2014 when Valero was interning as a personal assistant for Kris Jenner. After gaining the family's trust, she was hired as Kylie's house manager and soon after became her personal assistant. Victoria and Jenner became very close over the years, and she was even present at the secret birth of Kylie's daughter Stormi. You would think with being so close to the family, it would be through thick and thin, right? Well, all good things must come to an end as Victoria quit in 2019. Many fans allege that she had quit to focus on becoming an Instagram influencer, but that was far from her real reason for leaving. Being around that
that family means seeing a lot of stuff and doing a lot of stuff. Victoria was basically in charge of scheduling Kylie's life. Booking appointments, meetings, massages, all of this is stressful enough, basically being a 24/7 gig, but the job was also very degrading, with Kylie even having Victoria pull out a stool and set it up outside so that Kylie could get out of her car smoother. I think anyone in their right mind would want to get out of that job as soon as possible. At number 6, GoFundMe. In March 2021, Kylie shared an Instagram post asking for prayers for one of her makeup artists, Samuel Rhoda, with the post redirecting fans to a GoFundMe page where they were asked to donate money to cover his medical bills for an upcoming surgery. That's right, the woman who got a feature on Forbes' top 60 self-made women list was asking her fans to donate some of their money. Why would Kylie herself not just use some of her billions of dollars to cover the bills? Well, she went online to claim that her and Sam didn't know each other on a personal level. She had worked with him a few years prior and thought he was a sweetheart. Supposedly, her current makeup artist had shared a post about Samuel's accident, which included a link to a GoFundMe campaign created by his family. She went on to let fans know that she herself donated $5,000. Okay, sure, that's a ton of money to most of us, but for Jenner, that's like $5. Something tells me the surgery would be a lot more than that. This is just another instance proving Kylie is the worst, because I know she would drop more than that on a purse. At number 5, the lawsuit. In March of 2021, a lawsuit was arranged by several of Kim's former employees. The plaintiffs claimed that Kardashian failed to pay them overtime, cover expenses, and provide legally mandated breaks. The employees also never received actual pay stubs or any proof of payment whatsoever. They were also made to purchase everything out of pocket, and one plaintiff was even fired on the spot for simply addressing his concerns to Kim. Then, when the rest were eventually let go, they received no type of severance package or pay of any kind. It was also uncovered that Kim would keep 10% of all their earnings for tax purposes, but failed to report their employment to tax authorities. Kim argued that she couldn't be held responsible because most of her employees were apparently hired and paid through third-party companies, meaning Kim herself was technically not their direct employer and therefore cannot be liable. Kim maintains that she paid people on time and that they were suing the wrong person, but if that were the case, Kardashian would have used her high status and influence long ago to make things work for her staff, and maybe she wouldn't have gotten sued by them. At number 4, Kim and Kanye. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West started dating in 2012 and were officially married in 2014. During their marriage, life was rocky to say the least. While Kim was fairly tame for the most part, as we all know, Kanye's mental health was slowly slipping. He began posting hate speech and racially fueled tweets, as well as constantly sharing his political views and publicly backing Donald Trump. Is it really any surprise that Kim found comfort in another man's arms? While hosting SNL in 2021, Kim met Pete Davidson while still married to Kanye. We'll cover their side in another entry. Kanye discovered that Kim and Pete began dating following the live show and seemed to be the final breaking point. Apparently, only a few months before the show, Ye and Kim were constantly arguing about everything. Following their divorce, Kim revealed that she would constantly try to help Ye understand why his views and words were wrong. She wanted him to get better, but instead he doubled down and filed for a divorce. Kim is now happily single and received joint custody of her 4 kids, so it's a win-win for the Kardashian clan and for Kanye. At number 3, they don't pay. While the Kardashians have had their problems with staff individually, there seems to be one specifically toxic trait the family shares as a unit. They don't pay people. Former employees have come forward over the years calling out the family for not paying them fair wages and no overtime hours. The Kardashians don't cover expenses including gas, food, rent. Everything is out of the employee's pocket with zero money coming back. To make matters worse, the Kardashians would not pay them on set paydays, meaning you just got paid when you got paid and had to deal with it. You would think with the family being one of the richest in the world that they would at least pay the people that help run their lives. While they have a massive staff of people cooking their food, folding their clothes, and raising their children, they barely even acknowledge their existence. Just imagine what would happen if the staff decided to walk out. The family would crumble in less than a day. At number 2, paid in exposure. When Andre Turbia, famous YouTube animator and content creator, was asked to work with Kylie Jenner, he thought that his life would change forever. He was under the impression that the collaboration would grant him a huge amount of money, possibly a guest spot on a reality show, and maybe some shoutouts online via Instagram and Twitter. However, when Andre brought up the topic of his compensation to Jenner, she responded with, "The company doesn't really have a budget right now, so we're going to have to pay you in exposure." Like, hey, that's cool, but you can't cook exposure in a frying pan and eat it for dinner, nor is it a currency accepted at most gas stations or banks. And by exposure, she meant Andre's name being in a small print underneath her content. Andre did what anyone in their right mind would do in that situation and refused to work with her, telling her to take that exposure and shove it where the sun don't shine. And at number 1, lied about their wealth. Oh, not enough proof for ya? Well, here you go. As mentioned earlier in this list, Kylie Jenner made the cover of Forbes magazine in 2019 as the youngest self-made billionaire, following the successful partnership between her cosmetic brand and Ulta Beauty. Well, it turns out that wasn't really the case. Jenner allegedly sold half of her company, Kylie Cosmetics, to beauty giant Coty in a deal worth $1.2 billion. This was huge and considered one of the greatest celebrity cash outs of all time. But the first rule of being a famous person is, if you can help it, try not to lie. Especially to Forbes magazine, who did some digging and revealed that Jenner was actually inflating the size and profit margins of her business. It turns out the cosmetic brand was on a much smaller scale than originally thought. As it was uncovered, Jenner only actually made around $314 million after taxes for the company. Several financial advisors backed up the story, claiming that they were berated into complying with the lie and made to help maintain the numbers for the public. Mother of the family, Kris, even played a key role in gathering false business documents to send to Forbes, making her company appear to be in the billions. Remember, if you can't figure something out, just ask mom.